What's good, y'all, man? Welcome to today's episode of Check the Stats Podcast, man. We are on episode 12. So, not even gonna waste no time. Let's get straight into it. My first question, man. WNBA listeners, why does the WNBA hate Caitlin Clark so much?
First
Like, what's
off,
the
I don't. You tell me because if somebody was coming into an association that was struggling with ratings, struggling to bring viewers to turn on their product, why so much hatred is going towards one of probably she could be one of the most generational women professional athletes we have ever seen in our lifetime, and just because. And first, I want to get into a bunch of points. Yeah, Charles, I know you probably got something to say about it too, but why is everybody targeting her and not just like playing physical, like okay, that's a part of like that's a part of sports. I'm not complaining about the physicality, but I feel like some of it is malicious. Like some of it is like targeted, like oh, like she's the it girl, like, and I think it's more of jealousy than anything. I don't understand what she has done to even deserve this type of like. Mind you, she don't even talk crazy. As far as what we know, maybe on the court she a whole different person. But her how she walks around, how she carries herself, the true professionalism. A lot of people, oh, what have she done? Like she nothing special about it. Trust me, yes, it is. She's the number one scorer in collegiate women's sports, I believe. One of the greatest shooters I've ever seen, and she's truthfully is the main source of why the WNBA is about to pay raises are going to increase, charter flights, and Lord knows whatever other services that the men's teams receive. They're going to receive some of those as well. Endorsements, playing in bigger arenas, like all. She can open up like the waterworks for women's sports in general and recreate like what we, as you know, the general population think about women's sports. But yet and still, we got people like Angel Reese. Angel, I don't understand it. Like she tries to make herself like it's a competition in a sense where it's like it's her versus Caitlyn, and it's never been that. Like in my personal opinion, I think Caitlin Clark play is more of just strictly talent. Like she's a talented basketball player. She can shoot. She can shoot. She can handle. She plays like one of us. And Angel Reese is like no shade towards her. Like she isn't a bad player whatsoever. But I feel like we give her more of the attention because of her personality and what she brings to the game, like with the dramatics, more of her play. She's a good rebounder, but I mean, she isn't nowhere near the player Angel. She isn't nowhere near the player Caitlin Clark is, and not even like close. So she keeps herself relevant with just petty drama. Like it's like okay, and she just said something about today. But if you don't mind, I might have to pull this up because I don't understand it. But Charles, you can elaborate on this, and I hope you have a little closure for me because I have no idea where this came from. The reason why we watch women basketball is not just because of one person; it's because of Me Too, and I want y'all to realize that. Charles, what the hell is she talking about? Please, hey, I just want you to tell me what is she talking about?
Man, the only thing that I can grab from that is just the fact that she wants to get some of the spotlight that Caitlin's getting. And throughout the whole college career that they had, we obviously seen that they had some stuff brewing between each other. Iowa, LSU, that whole battle that they was going through over the past 2 years. Those were the most entertaining women to watch in the collegiate game over the past few seasons. So when you translate that towards the WNBA, that's going to naturally progress. But seeing how much motion has been brought over to the W is crazy. And it's not even just from Angel Reese. I mean, you're looking at like professional women that are just hating on everything that she's doing. I mean, you got some people like Diana Taurasi trying to give her pointers and things of that nature. Like, oh, yeah, she's going to struggle. This is expected. This is what's going to happen to every rookie that comes to the game. But at the same time, you got others that are trying to like abuse her, trying to sit up here and be like enforcers, like they're trying to like haze her while she's in the game. And it doesn't make any sense. There's non-basketball plays being made on the basketball court that have nothing to do with the actual game in motion, nothing to do with the flow of the game, nothing to do with the fluidity, nothing to do with what product is actually showcased. And it's on a day-to-day basis when it comes to them playing against the Indiana Fever. It's so crazy. And I heard something about what they doing to Caitlin Clark and how her teammates are not even responding to it. Like, they're just letting it happen. Like, this is your product. This is the face of the WNBA, not in sense of longevity-wise, but what's getting the most viewership, bringing the most eyes and attention to the game. And you're just letting your product just get thrown and tossed around like clothes in the washing machine. Like, what are we doing here? It don't make any sense what's going on now.
Charles, they're playing in NBA arenas. They're playing in NBA arenas.
They're not just playing, they're selling out. Bro, there is more eyes on her games alone this season than there were for the WNBA finals. Like, how does that make any sense?
Charles, I want to read these attendance numbers for you. The past two games this weekend in the WNBA that Caitlin Clark was playing had 17K per game. She only played 2. Every other game, 7K, 4K, 9K, 7K, 3K, 10K, 7K. Like, the numbers they're not even comparable. Like, what are we doing? And the thing that frustrates me, I think one of the things that really just like irks my nerves about this conversation, like us as like the Black community, we kind of grasp behind Angel Reese and make it more of a race thing than what it actually is. Like, I think they try to make it like, oh my God, like if you're going for Caitlin Clark, like you're supporting the white people. And if you're going for Angel Reese, like you're supposed to be going for Angel Reese because she's one of us. Like, she walks around like, she's from Maryland. She isn't hiding her personality. She's very expressive. Like, we have no problem towards that. Like, I want to make that like crystal clear. It's no issue whatsoever about her personality, how she walks around. But when she tries to integrate herself into like these type of conversations of like, oh no, like the reason why the WNBA has this spotlight and this platform and all these good things coming to the league is not just because of her, it's because of me. And I'm okay with being a villain. Like, it's okay. Like, every sport needs a villain. If I go down in history as a villain, I'm like, you're not even that good to be the villain of Caitlin Clark. Like, your stats, your play, like the only thing that I really like truthfully can give Angel Reese like recognition for is her persona, her personality. Like, she's gonna bring those clicks with the stuff she says and how she dresses and stuff of that nature. And not to say that it's bad, but it's not the same level of like attention that Caitlin Clark is bringing. And Caitlin Clark bringing it strictly off of play, strictly off of the basketball court. She ain't doing all the chirping like after the game, talking crazy. Like, her whole like Angel Reese's whole teammate, Charles, you might know the name better than me, but she been going crazy. The one that bumped her in the game, I don't even know her name. What's her name? Yeah, she said she said what are we talking about? We need enforcers. She said we're all grown out here. You need to she basically getting on all the bus because we just like, what is her teammates doing? Like, why is nobody stepping to her? Like, she just pushed your partner on the ground and y'all sit there and y'all allow that to happen without y'all retaliating or if it end up having to scrap, you got to scrap. Like, it is what it is, but you showing like not Angel, but Caitlin, we're here. Like, we're protecting you. We know how valuable you are to this organization, to this team, to the league. And like, it doesn't matter if every other team in the league hating on Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. It matters if we go out there, we protect her, we make sure she's straight. We make sure if anybody try to roll up on her something crazy, rolling up on her, trying to give her this crazy like rookie hazing that they've been doing so far, like, you check it. And if you gotta take one for the team, get ejected, whoop, is what it is. But you got to let the league know, like, we're not going for that. You're not going to abuse one of our players like that. The best player on our team on top of that, and you could and think shit sweet. It's not sweet. And that's the thing that pisses me off the most. Like, Angel Reese is just, I don't, it feels like such ignorance. Like, it feels like such ignorance. It does, like, and I hate to say it because, I'm black. Like, but she's feeding into what they want in a sense. Like, I don't know if y'all disagree on that one, but I think it's bad, bro. Like, I don't think she's bringing positive, like, attention towards us. Like, maybe for, the younger generation, like, okay, like, I can be myself. I can pop my stuff. I can talk my talk. I can walk my walk. And, like, she's doing on the highest level, but I feel like she isn't doing it in its proper perspective. So it's kind of leading a generation being like, okay, like, I'm going to be big and I'm going to be loud. I'm going to be ignorant. Instead of, like, if I'm big and I'm loud, I'm speaking with sense, or like I'm speaking with class, or I'm thinking. Like, not to say Angel Reese isn't thinking, but I'm not just up here just doing stupid stuff and no, y'all trying to make it a racial thing, and now I don't want to support the black person, but when the white person does it, then everything's good. But the moment the moment one of us do it, then all of a sudden it's an issue. I'm like, we're not trying to create any racial battle between you and Caitlin Clark. For starter, that was a collegiate thing. Like, we left it in college because the talent, like, truthfully, Flau'jae Johnson was the best player on that team. If I'm being honest, she's way better than Angel Reese. To me, I don't know about y'all, but to me, skill wise, what I would turn on my TV to watch LSU would be for her. So this whole conversation about it's a villain, it's a hero and a villain, and Clark's the hero, and Angel Reese is the villain. It's not that. Please stop making it that. Like, Angel Reese, you're an okay basketball player. You're okay. Caitlin Clark is she's going to be a superstar. I'm not saying she's there yet. She has to fill out the game. Obviously, it's a new level. She got to get, ready. She has to build herself for that physicality, but the skill is there. That's the reason why she went number one. The skill has always been there. She just got to find her way. And in due time, she's going to find her way. But stop. The whole world needs to stop trying to make this anything other than what it truthfully is. It's true ignorance. Like, let's be appreciative to see that we have a great talent in Caitlin Clark that's changing the way that we view women's sports. I can't even name you 5 players in the WNBA. Being quite frankly honest, I can't name you 5. I can name you her, and in due time, the more I watch, the more educated I'm gonna become on the WNBA, because that's just what happens when star attractions bring you in to that sport and bring you in to the team. You're gonna start learning different players. You're gonna start integrating yourself more into that sport. Caitlin Carter made me watch more WNBA basketball than I have my entire life. And I'm being quite frankly honest. I don't care if it's insensitive to anybody. The WNBA prior wasn't a good product for us to attract us to go out of our way to do anything else that we were doing in our lives to go turn on the WNBA until now. Despite all the great players that came through, they haven't been able to attract an audience like Caitlin Clark has. So we need to be honest. Like, let's be appreciative of Caitlin Clark. Not saying to take it easy. I'm not saying, okay, let's back up. Let's let her go for 30 and 40 and, let her do what she do in college. Make her earn it. But play basketball. Be respectful. Let's not go over the edge here and do all the extracurricular instead of keeping it what it is, just strict basketball. Physical play is fine, but malicious intent is where we draw the line. Please stop making Angel Reese stop. Like, it's getting embarrassing at this point. And you're bringing the black community with it too, because they don't, quite frankly, we don't know no better. We just see Angel Reese bumping her gums and saying something, and all of a sudden you got a whole flock of us just falling behind an ignorant message with no sense behind it. It's just straight like I'm just yapping. Y'all gonna follow me because I'm Angel Reese.
Man, I agree with you for sure. Like I agree with you 100%. I will say in the defense of the WNBA as a whole, you got to look at them as a business. Same thing as the NBA. Whether it's positivity or negativity being drawn towards it, they're drawing more eyes. So at the very least, it's entertaining. It's getting more popular. So they're getting viewership that they've never had in a long time, in ever really. However, at the same time, you got to look at it for what it is. It's not bringing any level of positivity towards what the game is supposed to be. This is not good for the WNBA in terms of anything more than clicks, anything more than eyes, anything more than attention. And if this is the attention that they're seeking, especially with the great talent that they have at their disposal, then quite frankly, what are they doing? It's just at this point, it's just getting ridiculous. So they definitely need to make some changes for sure. And as for the players on the Fever, like y'all got to ride for y'all girl. Like this makes no sense. Like if anybody was to touch Patrick Mahomes, I guarantee you it's gonna be up. Anybody would have touched CJ Stroud. We take it to basketball terms. Anyone touches Steph Curry, you see how Draymond rides for him. Anyone who touches LeBron, you see how everybody ride for him. You look at other sports, you look at baseball, and you see how the dugouts get crazy after someone gets hit by a pitch on accident. You look at guys in hockey, you see how they get the brawling for they dudes. Like soccer, any other sport. Why is it that when someone that comes into the game and is essentially the hand that is feeding you all these different perks and amenities that y'all have never had, that it's okay for her to go through this all of a sudden new rite of passage for her to just actually be able to be involved and inside this sisterhood that is the WNBA. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, you got people that are like, you look at Aaliyah Boston, like she was a number one pick too. Like she was the best player in her draft class too. She's a great player. She knows what it takes. And she's on the same team as Caitlin Clark. And Clark is out here going through all these troubles. And what are you seeing from Aaliyah? I'm not saying it's all on her, but she's definitely someone that can make an impact in terms of protecting her girl. Like that doesn't make any sense. I just challenge those women to show some level of pride, and not only for Caitlin Clark, but for the game of basketball as a whole for the WNBA, because this isn't good. Like it's good viewership, it's good attention, it's good for the game in terms of getting more eyes to the product itself. But in terms of what basketball is at its core, we want to see basketball. We don't want to see this.
And for sure, and for shorter term, protect the damn asset. Protect the asset. She would bring in all this attention to this league. All we ask for y'all to do is protect the asset. If you get ejected, I promise you it might be a $3,000 fine. And you don't think Caitlin Clark gonna come off $3,000 for you, knowing that she's probably making top tier WNBA. I think she makes about 70.
She has her own. Like she gotta have buku money.
I'm not shoe deals and all that stuff. I'm saying, outside of the salary that she's bringing in, she's by far probably the highest paid rookie that that came in a little minute. So that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, just protect the asset, bro. Like all this ignorant stuff of even Angel Reese, like she brought up her experiences with it was a girl in a couple of games ago, and she with being a little too over aggressive with her, and she ended up knocking her down, and she almost hit her head on the back of the floor and stuff like that. That's unnecessary too. Like for everybody to sit here and say like, oh, we pick and choose like what we want to highlight, and like, bro, that's unnecessary too. Like that wasn't basketball, but people try to make it seem like, oh, like we're picking sides. It's not that. Like what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And I feel like Angel Reese like tries to make she tries to like bring everybody around to like, y'all see what they're doing out here? Like they're against me. Like they're against me because of the way I talk, the way I walk, the way I present myself. Like they're against me. Like they're supporting, what corporate America supports, white America. That's what they're thinking. And it's safe to say, obviously, some of that is true. But in this case, when it comes to her and Caitlin Clark, it's a discussion that isn't it's a debate that we shouldn't be debating, because on a talent, like the talent discrepancy is by far, like, that's like when we bring up Patrick Beverly, and no shade to Patrick Beverly. That's like when we bring up Patrick Beverly. Like, are we bringing up Patrick Beverly for his talent, or are we bringing up Patrick Beverly for his antics? It's the antics by fact. Like, unfortunately, and there's no disrespect, Patrick Beverly is a good basketball player, but we're bringing up Patrick Beverly for the other stuff outside of his abilities on the court. We bring up Angel Reese for every other reason outside of playing basketball. She might be on the court when all this stuff is like transpiring, but are we saying like, nah, like Angel Reese just went out there and gave us a 30-20 7-block night, done went crazy. Like, I don't even know how much she averages. You know what? Since we sitting here on the best podcast in the world, we need to go check these stats real quick, because that's just what we do. Check the stats. Let's see what's going on, because
I wanted to add a little insight in on this too. I did see. I agree with both your answers, by the way, with Kevin Clark, with the Kevin Clark situation. First off, I see.
Look at this. Okay, Angel Reese averages 10.6 a game, 8.9 rebounds. Like,
you see what Kevin Clark averages?
That's okay. Like,
that's
okay,
solid. You're solid.
Yeah, you're solid for sure. Whoop de do.
Clark averaged 15. 15.6.
Kevin Clark 15, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
Like, that's better off rip. Mind you, that Caitlin Clark went to the worst team in the WNBA prior to her arrival. So that's I think Caitlin Clark went 1 and Angel Reese went like 7. Did she? She didn't go top 5.
She went top 10, but she wasn't near the top outside of like she wasn't top 5 for sure.
And we're having a discussion. Like, we're having a discussion like this is 1 and 2. Like, that's 1 and then that's 7. Like, it was 6 other players drafted before her that we don't even talk about enough, because we got to continuously talk about drama brewing from college. Like, let's get past it and play basketball. No disrespect to Angel, but let's just play basketball. Like, enough of trying to bring the sisters within a race confrontation, and you having everything that you say is pitchforks and knives, and we going up and everybody that support Caitlin Clark, y'all are racist, and y'all are this and y'all are that. It's like, it's not that. We just enjoy great hoops. Like, my friend, like, she hoops like one of us. Like, she hoops like she could be in the NBA. So obviously that's what attracting our eyes to this product. So please, let's just protect the asset. Let's play physical basketball. Whatever happens, happens. But anything outside of the intent of playing the game that you done grinded your tail off to get to this point where you're playing on TV, getting paid above average salary, we don't want to see that. We want to see pure hoops. That's it. End of question.
I agree with you, bro. I agree with both your answers, like I was saying before. Yeah, the hate towards Caitlin Clark is crazy. Like, generational talent, you know what I'm saying? Probably the best WNBA basketball player that we've ever seen, like, real talk. But I remember seeing one thing on Instagram. It was like the after game, like the post game interview, whatever. Yeah, it was like the post game interview. Huh?
You talking about with who?
It was with Caitlin Clark. It was like a post game interview with Caitlin Clark. Like, basically, they were being like sarcastic or something like that towards her because she came late to the interview or something like that. But it's because she was signing jerseys or something like that. And then, like, you can kind of like see like two, like, on the court, they don't be like passing her the ball like enough. Like, I'm saying, she's the best player on the court. Why not feed her the ball? But in that post game interview, you could tell that like her teammates were being like sarcastic and everything like that. And I'm just like, I mean, there's jokes, and then there's like, there's just like flat out, I ain't gonna say hate, but just, like jealousy. I'm gonna say
Jealousy.
it's just flat out like jealousy. And you can kind of like see it, and it's like you hating on somebody that's on your own team. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you should want to do better. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, man, but I'm not trying to be like a sexist or anything like that. But like that's sometimes what girls do, bro. Like. That's sometimes what girls do, man. I'm not gonna lie, like they be hating on each other, bro. Like girls sometimes they be hating on each other, bro.
I'm not. Yeah, I ain't arguing with you there. It's just funny.
Like, I'm not trying to be a sex or anything, bro. But like girls, they do be hating on each other, bro. Like, and you could kind of see it in the post game. Well, yeah, the post game interview and everything like that. So, like y'all said, man, let's just hoop and play good basketball, bro. Like all that beef from college, I don't even need to bring that into the WNBA. This is a new chapter in y'all lives.
And trust me, it's not even beef. Like Caitlin Clark hasn't addressed that not one time. It's all been Angel, by the way. It's been a narrative that she's been trying to push for the past 2 years. She coming in your face, you can't see me. Going out of her way to be ignorant, like putting up rings and you can't see me and all that stuff. He said when Caitlin Clark does it, it's fine, but when I do it, it's like she's being extra. Yes, you're being extra because you're going out of your way to go do those type of things. Like she literally went directly to her and pointing all in her face and doing all of this, going out of her way. Like it's a whole difference. Like say if I like just an example, if I cross a mark and I make the shot and I look at him and I'm like, get off the ground. Like you can't guard me over there. That's fine in the moment. But it's that's kind of like, okay, like I make a 3, make an and 1, and then I go run all the way up and down to your bench 3 minutes after I done made the shot. None of y'all niggas can't fucking guard me. Y'all suck. Like, so you're going out of your way to do that. You going out of your way to be ignorant. Like, mind you, it's nothing going on right now in the game. Like, mind you, they were probably at the free throw line when all this stuff is happening. You can't see me and putting up the ring. I'm like, oh my God. Like, if it ain't one thing, it's another. It's just a bunch of theatrics. We can't just ever keep it to just strict hoop. And then, we love that one. I don't even want to go no deeper into it because Lord have